Hi, Ash here, and today I want to walk you through a new feature we just deployed that's going to help significantly with content management for your quotes and proposals. Let's dive in. So we're here on the Templates tab, and now you'll see when you're looking at the sub-nav here that there's a new option called Content Blocks. And what content blocks allow you to do is save a section of content that can be nicely formatted to match your branding and can include anything from an About Us section to terms of service to compliance and security or anything that you routinely include on quotes or proposals, or even just a starting point where you want the content on there, but you need a salesperson to make some minor modifications to it. So we've got a few existing in this sandbox account here. We've got scope of work, measurable outcomes, business objectives, objectives and outcomes. For ease of use, if you've got a huge number, we've got the ability to quickly search for the ones you're looking for here. And this area is available to anybody with product manager and above permissions. So they'll be able to create the content blocks or modify or delete content blocks. Now you'll notice a couple other details here. You can see editable on quote. So you do have the ability to lock these content blocks so salespeople are not able to modify the content. And also you've got the edit option and the delete option here. I'll just jump into this one and show you what editing looks like. So you can change the name of the content block. This is not public facing, just allows you to identify it when you're adding it to templates or quotes. You can flag the content block as locked. And you can review all the content and make any changes and then save the updated version. Now quickly, let's just look at the templates and go through what it looks like to add content blocks to a template. So whether you're working on a new template or modifying an existing one, you'll see this new option here called content blocks. From this interface, you can add content blocks to this specific template. You can also create a new content block if what you're looking for doesn't exist here. We show the lock icon here as well, just to inform you that that specific block won't be able to be edited on the quote. When you click on one of the blocks, we show a preview of the content on the right-hand side. If you click multiple, we'll show the preview for the most recently clicked content block. This interface also allows you to determine, do you want these content blocks to show above your line items or below? By default, we drop them in below the line items, but you can easily drag them above, or you can drag this block that represents the line items on your quote amongst your content blocks. Once you're happy with all the blocks on your template and the order of them, you can save your template. And we'll jump over to the quotes now. So when creating or revising a quote, you're going to see some new options here. We have introductory content, and this is a section of content blocks that will show above your pricing table. It's worth noting as well that the cover letter section will be deprecated at some point in the future. So it's a great idea to start moving your cover letter content into content blocks. In this interface, you can again rearrange your content blocks as desired, and you can open the accordion to modify the content, as long as there is no lock icon. You'll notice here, I cannot interact with this content. It is locked from editing. If I scroll down to the next content block though, which is not locked, I could go in and change this however I want. I can preview the quote and see the content blocks that I've added. We have our scope of work, we have business objectives, measurable outcomes, and then under the pricing table, we have objectives and outcomes. Moving on down to the closing content, you can see the content block that we added there as well. Again, You can manipulate these content blocks as needed from this area or remove them altogether. Every user will be able to add content blocks that already exist. This is important to note because salespeople will not be able to create new content blocks. So you may want to create a few in advance or even create one that's completely blank and just give salespeople a placeholder where they can type in content that will show below the pricing table. So that's it. Content blocks are now available to be created, added to templates, added to quotes, and we hope this saves you a huge amount of time with managing your quote content. Thanks, and happy quoting.